And it's Friday. Woo! You made it. Cheers, kiddo. You got a bottle already. See? Slancha. Cheers to you. Happy Friday. May all your dreams come true. That's what I'm shoving under my nose. How was your week? Indeed. Hope everything's doing well. Run your problems. Don't let them run you. And welcome to the Comics Coffee Table. And grab a chair. Bring a cuppa, whatever it is you're shoving under your nose today there, pal. I am very grateful and blessed that you're here, I'm here, we're here. That's how it is, honey. Raising Arizona-ish. Awesome. Hope you had a good week. I hope you were. I hope you got all the funny books you were looking for this past new comic book day. Speaking of, we are rebagging, reboarding, reboxing my entire collection, and it's about going back to our local comic book shops. And for me, I go every Wednesday, and that's traditionally has been New Comic Book Day. I've been an on-again, off-again comic book aficionado. One could. I've been a lifelong lover of comic books from my earliest memories. See, I'm from the Bronze Age, from when small people had something called pocket change, and they could exchange that at local corner stores, bodegas, mini marts. Well, we didn't have 7-Elevens. We did not have bodegas. We had the corner store. And at the corner store, you could find your spinner rack. And on your spinner rack, and if you had 4 bits, you could get a new issue of Daredevil. I did. 8 years old. It's one of my earliest. I remember comic books before that. And because they were ubiquitous. They were everywhere. I had the Super Friends. I had the Hanna-Barbera, cartoons. The Electric Company with the live-action Spider-Man. That was cool because all of Spider-Man's dialogue, although everyone else spoke, Spidey spoke in literal word bubbles, comic book style word bubbles, so the child who was watching this would have to learn how to read in order to know what Spidey's part of the dialogue was. I think that was really cool. And I grew up with the 1960s, Marvel animations too. It wasn't just it wasn't just the Spider-Man show with all the jazz music and all the trippy, colors and visuals. There was a Fantastic Four show. There was Captain America throws his mighty shield. There was Iron Man, Fantastic Four. There was the Cap, and there might be more. I'm not sure, but that was like the late '60s. There's always in my entire life, probably a lot like yours. If you're a younger viewer, you too have had superheroes and comic books in your life all your life, and so I would guess to say I'm a third generation comic book fan, right? I'm a Bronze Age baby. There was the Golden Age, 1938 to 1955, the Silver Age from 1956 to 1970, the Bronze Age from 1970 to 1984, and then the Copper Age from 1984 to 1993. I need to do something with my hair. I need to wash it. It's shampoo day. Shampooing. Here we go. I need to bag and board not just my comic book collection, but everything else I've bought recently. It's not like, okay, I should be putting them immediately into the bag and the board. And yes, Some are. Most aren't. So, figured today it's a good day to do something like that. Really? Okay. And then put stuff together. And we can also, it's like, what have we been buying all year? Well, let's look. Yeah, I mean, I'm fascinated with this, like, who have been, like, my top 10 artists, my top 10 current favorite artists. I thought that was, I interpreted that question originally as, who am I reading? Who's new that I'm blown away by? Or should the question mean and be interpreted as, ooh, the job's half done. As like all time, what's my current top 10 all time list versus it was a comment in the live chat weeks ago. I wrote it down. Pika writes stuff down, okay? And so it's and you with your hard to manage, management skill and your lack of respect for the Palmer method, I endure with your show notes here and the top 10 current favorite artists. So I'm interpreting that. Like, does that mean like current, like Pepe Larraz? Who's that guy that's doing JSA right now? You can probably look right in here in the stack of funny books that I haven't filed yet. Let's see. It's like, and it's good. Take stock. Like, what are you reading? What are you buying? This is your money, dude. I mean, Dan Mora. Dan Mora's awesome. Spider-Man India. No, you're going in the bag of shame. Oh, it's not. No. There's only one bag of shame, and it's exclusive. It's meant exclusively for the worst. It's not. This isn't the worst of the worst. It's just not good. Then we're gonna add up everything that's in here. Are we wasting money? Should we be a bit more prudent about what we buy? I think so. Yeah, I can't buy everything. You can't either. And it's glad that we all talk to each other because you are reading things that I'm not going to buy. But I would love to know. I want to know how Ollie's doing. Thank you guys out in the chat and in the comments and out there. Thank you for keeping me in touch with my friend Oliver Queen and his family. And I hear nothing but good things about Joshua Williamson's Green Arrow. As you can see, I'm not buying it, but, you can't buy everything. I'm getting Green Lantern. That's what I'm going to get. I'll get Action Comics for as long as I think it's going to be okay, but I don't know if that's all dependent on Daniel Warren Johnson's writing. It might be. He's PDG. Pretty darn good. PDG. Pretty darn good. Yeah, I got one for every occasion. Waka waka. Okay, I'm still looking for Nightclub 3. That's good. It's good to be on the hunt. Hunt, kill, repeat. Yeah, let's get to it. Enough yakking. More bagging. Here we go. This just finished up. So I did put Clobber in Time number 5 right into a bag and a board. And that's good because it's a 5-issue run. So unless I want to triple up, I don't like to triple up because, doubling's fine for me because at least you can see both covers. I mean, with a board, you're cutting off access to the back ad anyway, And back ads can be, like I said, ads are cool. Ads are nostalgic. They're great anchors to space-time. I mean, I can't say I bought much of any of those products in any of the ads that I point out in any of these comics. But I will say that, look, traditional ads, they're being marked. I mean, I gotta fold them. Do I need a bag for my bag? So here we are. And I'm going to leave this handy. And so I can read it. I want to reread this now as a whole. Read it as it's going to be in its trade. This is Clobber in Time. This has been one of the highlights of my year as a comic book fan. Let's see if I can do this in 1 minute. All right, let's see. Hold on. Because I can make a 1-minute clip. I want to pitch this to my friend Mike Alonzo, a.k.a. Clobber in Time. All right. Hey there. Okay, this is going to be a clip, but I want to suggest this to my friend Mike Alonzo, a.k.a. Clobber in Time. He's a huge Silver Age comic book dude, and Ben Grimm's his favorite, and I absolutely adored this. And I love the art. I love the sense of humor. I mean, there's no outrage in issue 2. It's a setup for a payoff. There's a punchline involving that, and it's pretty fun. And I love, this is a lot like Marvel's 2-in-1 starring The Thing, and I'm really grateful for that I was turned on to it. And it's got great art, interior art, and a good use of the voices. So yeah, hey, Clobber in Times. Mike Alonzo. A rec from me to you. Thank you. Sorry. I wanted to do that. I mean, because he's a Silver Age fan. That's Clobber in Time, and the S is for safety. No, that's because of some that has its own story. And, tune into Clobber in Time to find out. He's great. Clobby was one of the first people to ever have me on a panel show. It was the Global Geek Gang, and we talk about comic books and stuff. And he would have a subject, and I think I was doing all that stuff on a tripod clip with a ring light and an iPhone, and that's how we all start. I mean, so yeah, here we go. The Ambassadors 3 and 4. 5. Where's 6? 6 gotta be around here too. Here's 6. Oh, extra thick. This was great. Here we go. All right, let's get some bags and boards for you guys, for you babies, you guys. I was gonna say. And I get my supplies. I get my kicks at the playground. Playground. ABC. Another bad creation. ABC. BBD. The East Coast family. That's right. I'm going to start dancing. I was a teenager in the 80s, dude. I am looking forward to Big Game. Sign me up. See, being a comic book fan, this was a very, very fulfilling for me and satisfying as a comic book fan, the way I am. I needed to go to different stores to complete the Ambassadors. I hunted them down. I'm blessed to have a few different comic book shops in the Boston area. Pre-recorded live before a studio audience of my stuffed animals from our Boston studios. The Comics Coffee Table. Aha, Sláinte. Happy Friday. Good on you, kid. All right? Keep it going. Don't back down. No, I won't back down. I mean, these are all, I was going to say, any of these artists are already on my list of being, like, great art. You know, I've never actually heard of Matteo Buffanghi before. That's great. No, I can't. I mean, I forget. Don't take this the wrong way, but I forgot all about Travis Charest. I mean, I forgot all about the goodness of those Wildstorm issues. You know, a lot of the stories are kind of like, you know, they're just comic book stories. But damn, that dynamic image storytelling, that superhero thing, man. It was its own age. Maybe that should be reinvisited exclusively. You know what? Just, you know, the DC universe doesn't need a relaunch. The Wildstorm universe needs one from, you know, or maybe just a restart and just be like, what happened? The lights went out. Who knows? Come on, Spartan. I don't know. He writes the material. I'm just the talent. If you have any complaints with the programming, take it up with Pika. You can always send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Santa Claus. And Santa and Pika are really tight, and that's how Pika gets his mail. Didn't know if you knew that or not. Here we go. Now, seeing that all the previous Mark Miller stuff didn't gain in value, so should I double this one up? Let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, which I believe is the first printing. But the color one's the second printing. 4, great turn. 5, and the extra thick finale. Matteo Scalera, man, he's dude. I think we have to revisit the Image long box. Maybe get a chunk out of that, and be nice to switch gears. But also, I'm very close to coming down to, like, you know, like, hey, I'm almost out of this long box. That's the whole thing, is to get out of the long boxes. Yeah, I mean, like, this was fun, but I have, like, no... yeah, but at least it was fun, you know? Got hunt, kill, repeat. 1, 2, 3. I got 4. That's a 6. That's going to be 6 issues, so maybe I should just go ahead and fix that. I don't think that's getting us. I hope. All right, and it's okay. Something like Clobberin' Time. I would love to have hope in this. This is, but I mean, dude, the artists. They got to be. These are done. You know, this was done a while. Not a while ago, but this could have been done any amount of time ago. In the order, you know. And then the pitch, and then to write them, and then, but to bring something back like Marvel 2-in-1 starring The Thing, that was just, yeah, I would be here for that, seriously. Unless, you know, one of the writers that blocked me are writing it, I'll tell you that much. Then no go, Marvel, if you're listening, bunch of stinky bums. Did he just say yes? He said that. He meant it. There we are. Hunt, kill, repeat number 4. So I'm going to move 2 to double up with 1. I'll put 4 with 3. And another piece of tape because I bent it. Here we go. Mad Cave Studios. Mad Cave's been fun. Hopefully they can keep it going, and but I don't want to be spending money on comic books that look better on a tablet. I don't want to spend money on printed webtoons. That's not comics. That is no. I don't think that's comics. Reprinted webtoons. Because you can't. There's a lot to do with art and artists producing art. So art. There's a penciler who does line art, the inker. If you were doing this on paper. But all that requires artisan skill and a pay rate and a page rate as well. So, you're just there. That's where the corporation part comes in too. Like, keep the page rate down. But one of the big things we talk about here at the Comics Coffee Table, is my dissatisfaction with the modern approach to art when it comes to tablets. I only sassed on to this being a 6-issue with the Wednesday show, and seeing the not the solicitations, they're actually this week's releases. It would be solicitations if I toggled, up to 3 months in advance. I think that's why you get spoilers 3 months, because it's you have the cover date, which is about 3 months as well, that you need to take the periodical off the shelf, and you also have the window of opportunity to pre-order based in solicitations comes blurbs and the cover art and maybe some interior pages. I believe so. The price, and then there's a cutoff date too, right? I've grown up in and out of my local comic book shops. I only know this through osmosis. My first local comic book shop was about 9 or 10 years old, and it was 1980, 81, around Empire Strikes Back. And it was a mystical place too, in a way. It's long gone, but it was in a shopping district known as Downtown Crossing. And I was blessed that my grandfather worked in Downtown Crossing. And right there at Jordan Marsh, the big department store. And it was across the street from my first comic book shop. So I would visit my grandfather. He'd slip me a few bucks, and I'd go spend it at the comic book shop. And there were many of these brown paper bags. In my past. Many, yeah. I like those. So yeah, that's Hunt, Kill, Repeat. It's Kill Bill meets Greek mythology. I would do a Susan. Well, here's my thing. I wish there was more after this. Could there be more? I got the pitch. It's Succession Season 2, done with these characters. It doesn't. It's one of the things that the gods die, get killed, and then they're reborn. That's part of the god cycle, and that's a lot to do with calling American superhero comic books this weird kind of 20th century, 21st century mythology, or even because they have all suffered a cyclic death and rebirth as well. It's part of being a Thor fan is knowing he's going to get killed, but he's coming back. And same with Odin, you know what I mean? And it perpetuates. It keeps going on. Oh boy! Speaking of brown bag, I just ripped that. That's fine. We have Green Lantern issue. I see it already because I didn't. That's my bad. But you know what? I didn't buy that to not read. This is meant to be read. People are thinking that Kilowog is dead, and that Jordan is just kind of dealing with his grief, because over here It says, redacted, deceased, former Lanton Jordan field report. But also, this is about sector 2814. And all of with the exception of Thal Sinestro, everyone, everyone else on this list is 2814. Who's missing? Guy Gardner. Guy Gardner got killed by Tom King, but it was a Black Label book. So, is it continuity, canon? But who's the dead guy? Weekend at Bernie's, right? Here's one for the bag of shame. Bag of shame. Bag of shame. There's only one bag of shame. But there are many comic books next to the bag of shame. This is behold the bag of shame. Behold, this bag will remain open. No pieces of tape. See? Psych. Yes, you are the worst of 2003 so far. Ha 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 ha. Medieval style. Yeah, that's a stack of funny books. Would I give this a stack of funny books to somebody? I don't know. Should I? Maybe I should. Maybe at the end of the year I should just give this to like Goodwill or like just who, I don't know. Can you like give this to like a U.S. Army office and they can just mail it to like soldiers in Iraq or something? And would they hate me for doing that, for giving them shitty comic books? The world turns. I don't know what to do with this one, but you're not getting a skin and you're not getting a bag. I don't know if you're quite my fave. Okay, it's not my fave, and like I don't know if I'm glad I spent money on it. Not my fave, but I'm glad I spent money on it too. I mean, like I don't think I'll be back for an issue 2. I mean, but maybe I will. I want to buy Mad Cave books. I mean, even if this was digital art, this is at least on the better spectrum of it. There are very few people that my friend Makini Draws does it pretty well. There's Irene Strakalski, aka Reenie. There's Per Berg, aka Narwhal, and those are my top 3 when it comes to. Hey, do you like anyone who does digital art? Yeah, I got 3 right off the top of my head. Here, I hope you like them too. Check out their art, please. Buy their books. And yeah, The Sickness. Indeed, you need a bag and a board. I can't wait. After the show, I'm going down to the pub. It's my cheat day. I'm going to have a pint of Guinness. And a big plate of food. Yeah, you deserve one. And if we get issue 2, we'll go right behind it. And maybe it'll be a complete tale. And someone be like, what the hell is this? I'm like, I don't even know, man. Sometimes I don't even know. Here we go. We got... Oh, yeah, you're going in the... Not My Faves. Let's not confuse Bag of Shame with Not My Faves. I think that's... Okay, Not My Faves is going to be We're gonna get a new bag for Not My Faves. So we just totally ripped the bag. Hey, turkey's done. But still, it's like, we're going to tally up all these comics at the end of the year. We're going to discuss why didn't you like them. Would that need a reread? Oh, God, I hope not. Don't do it to yourself. Oh, wow. You just gave yourself so much spine roll. Because you said, it was your hubris, Sully. You said that you're not getting a bag or you're not getting a board. And then you just got pig piled by all the bags in the boarded comics. And not quite fair, but if you're a street fighter, you should have defended yourself. Maybe your turtle sister who doesn't have a name that fits with the theme, maybe she can help you. Today on Sully's Being Fussy? No. I try not to get fussy anymore. I got my black belt in being fussy. It's a distraction. It's a negative distraction. Turns chicks off too. Don't worry. It takes a lifetime to get good at living life. And sometimes, I even wonder, like, geez, this is great. Stan Sakai. This is great. Is this a triptych cover? No. But they are wraparounds. They are. So there are. It is. These are great characters. They're all thoughtful. This is a thoughtful product. This could be drawn on a tablet for all I know either too. With all the colors and just but it's basic, simple. This is cartooning in a way, and it's a simple turtle story. I'm really digging this. This is what makes me feel good to be a comics fan. Find your brothers. Ah, here we go. Kind of a disappointment, but I'm not gonna, I got 2 issues. I don't know if I'm getting any more, but it's Annie Nocenti's Storm. It's set after Uncanny X-Men 170, which is like my wheelhouse. Being an X-Men reader as a kid, growing up into a teen. So, look at it, maybe, I get a bunch of X-Men comics, including X-Men 170, out on my spinner rack. I'm not saying it's spinner rack worthy, but, I could triple 170 with this. I would do that. Mugs a little bit of room on my spinner rack, but overall the story's not that bad. It's the kind of the X-Men that I want and have been asking for. Danger Room. I want to see Danger Room stuff. I want to see my old friends speaking like my old friends. But people change. Yeah, but these aren't people. They're characters, and they need to have you need to have typical product for typical people, and a typical product for typical fans. But this is the non-canonical stuff. This is the boutique stuff at the boutique. This was literally made for me. So this is why I'm like, I asked for this, and they listened, and they are making they have Danny Ketch Ghost Rider. They have Venom Lethal Protector. They've got Avengers Across Time. They are making, at least Marvel is making stuff for us, you, me. That's how they're making it, though. It's like, all right. Thank you so very much for tuning in today. I appreciate it. My executive producer appreciates it. Gosh darn it. I got one more. I have to find more. I have to find 3, 4, and 5. They're out there. Now it's part of the hunt. It's Local Man. This has probably been this just came on my radar and quickly jumped up on top in my top 3 of 2003. More on that later. And plus, when I get the other 3 issues, I can sit down and have a nice long read. And these are flip books, and these are great. Like, and so a part of the story on this part is a classically told 30-year-old reminiscent image book. We were just talking about that superhero dynamic storytelling thing, and then you flip the book and it's now, and he's home, and people kind of despise him, and now we're finding out why, what happened. It's interesting. Local, he's not like, Superman anymore. Now he's local man, or like, but also like, local man found dead. And this guy had a long history of trying to be a costume superhero bad guy, and the hero and the bad guy being from the same hometown, kind of like Superman and Lex Luthor. See, I love comic books, and thank you so very much. You love comic books as much as I do, then you're in the right place at the right time. 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern daily. Happy Friday. Exactly, you made it. Cheers. It's a weekend in summertime. I hope it's your weekend. Make it the summer of you. All right? Thank you so very much. God bless. Namaste. Good luck. Please like and subscribe. And we will see you again tomorrow in those funny pages. Ciao. Bye-bye.